What's the business, gang? It's your boy Smooky. Thanks for checking out another episode of Smooky762. Look, check this out. I want to talk about something that's plaguing urban communities and even communities all over America. People that think they're about that life. What I mean about people that think they're about that life, that's people that think that they're down, they're street dudes. And don't get me wrong, it's a lot of street cats. I'm a street cat, I just don't act like I'm super tough. But it's a lot of people out there that think that, being about that life or being tough is being a gangster, instilling fear in people. I like respect more than fear. Respect gets you way farther than fear. And a lot of these people, especially in urban communities, they want to prove something to their people. And I say these are in like poverty-stricken communities that don't really have education. The father ain't in the house, the mother is working 2 jobs, or she never home, or she on drugs, or both of the parents on drugs. So what you're seeing in these neighborhoods is people that's selling drugs, gang banging. And a kid, if they see them getting money and they ain't getting money, they're gonna jump in the streets too. And a lot of these people, I think this is caused by anger and mental illness, to be honest with you. Cause I know a whole bunch of people who killers, man. Like, they was killers at a young age. I was hanging with them. I was in the streets with them. They was really doing stuff back in the day that I was like, man, my homie about that life. But, now that I'm older, I realized it was a lot of hate in that person's heart, man. It was a lot of hate, and a lot of them I think is mental illness. And I'm saying this to say, a lot of people think that you gotta kill people, sell dope, beat people up, just be a monster 24/7. And that's plaguing our communities. This is why a lot of deaths be happening. This is why a lot of killings be happening. This is why a lot of mothers is burying, not just mothers, but families in general is burying their children at a young age. Innocent people even losing their life. I know I've been to other cities and people told me, man, don't go here. You know what I'm saying? I check in, I check in with the homies. They'll be like, hey bro, I'm here. Get me some protection or whatever. They might slide me a pistol. It might be my personal security for the day. Legally. They might slide me a pistol legally. I lived all over Chicago except for over east. Lived on the south side. I lived in the Wild Hundreds. North side. I'm from the west side of Chicago, the Austin area. Been all around. Majority of my time of being in these places, it was hopelessness. I've been all around. I didn't discriminate just because what gang you was claiming. 4848, Lawrence and Winthrop, Haddon Park, Wilson Magnolia. I don't fear no person. So I think that's why I was able to be cool with everybody. I have that ability to be cool with everybody. And I realized that a lot of these people, their parents was in the house. Dad was in jail or dead. The mother even dealing with some trauma herself. A lot of our parents dealt with mental illness because of their rough upbringing. We don't talk about these things. We don't talk about how seeing a dead body was normal. I seen somebody get killed when I was young, man. I think the first time I seen somebody get killed, I was like in the 1st grade. Leaving school, seeing somebody's head blown off. Leaving school, somebody coming through doing a drive-by. Playing basketball, someone get fouled, leaves, wait for everybody to leave the gym, then they start shooting. This was normal to see death. It was normal to be paranoid. Killing is normalized in Chicago, man. Way back in the day, people think that because the drill thing brought a light to America and stuff like that, but murder was normalized. Death was normalized, when I was younger. And, I went through my phase of trying to fit in, gang banging, doing that stupid, dumb stuff. That ignorant stuff. And I'm glad I got over that, at a very young age. Because it's like, man, I seen the outcome of it. A lot of my friends, they ain't here no more. A lot of them got killed. A lot of them committed suicide because they couldn't deal with the reality of living in Chicago. A lot of them is in jail. A lot of them is in mental institutions. A lot of them are strung out on drugs. I seen it. It's normalized, man. I'm 29, man. I'm 29. I done everything. And then, I was rapping before anything. I was rapping before it was cool. I started taking rap serious in 2005, man. I was 10. I was 10, man. I'm 29 now. You know what I'm saying? So I've been around everything, man. And, in Chicago, I'm a real paranoid person. I don't post where I'm at. People don't know where I stay. You know what I'm saying? People know I'm back in Chicago, but I don't. When I first got back to Chicago, there was attempts made on my life 3 times. The first time, I don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? I got off at the wrong train stop. I got off the train, someone said my name and started shooting at me. This was this is the second week. This is week 2 of me getting back to Chicago. Moving back to Chicago. You know, I'm doing my things, doing my rounds, going to see the people I need to see. You know, I'm happy, getting my Italian beefs, my piece of puffs, doing my thing. They just try to take my life. Second time, getting out the car with my mother and my brother, and I seen somebody staring at me. He doubled back. He had this gun like on his waistband, and he was gonna do that to me. And I'm glad that I was able to rush, not make my mother panic or anything like that. Third time, I was on Sunnyside and Broadway in Uptown. I was walking across the street, wasn't even paying attention, coming back from the chick crib, coming back from somewhere I didn't need to be. They started shooting at me. And I thought that was it, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought that was it. Started shooting. I was crossing the street, a bus came, and they shot the bus. That's what saved me. Took off running, ran to my homie house. This is normalized in Chicago. Chicago is just hard, man. It's just hard. Everything overpriced. So a lot of these kids, man, they don't have outlets. Ain't no YMCA is open like that no more. Ain't no after school programs. They're closing a lot of schools. Rahm Emanuel, one of the old mayors, he was closing down all the schools. If you familiar with Vice News, then you remember this school called Montefiore. It was a show called Last Chance High. That was a real school on the west side of Chicago in the Lawndale area. You know what I'm saying? The holy city. He closed down schools like that was there to help the kids. That was able to help special needs, behavior problem kids with a therapeutic way of educating them. A lot of these people that run this state, it's a Democratic state, it's a blue state if you don't know. A lot of people that run this state never lived in an area that's with high crime, they had to deal with high crime. They never dealt with wondering, am I gonna die today if I leave the house? Am I gonna make it home? Having to come outside with a gun to walk your parents in. You're not even a gangbanger, but you gotta keep a gun in case somebody try you. They never dealt with that. They never dealt with seeing death on a high level. You are not about that life. And when you realize that, you will realize that you'll live a better life. You are not about that life. Protect yourself accordingly, but you are not about that life. Trust me, all the killers and gangsters will tell you that. You don't want to go to jail. You don't want to have a felony. You don't want to be in the system. You don't want to be on parole. You don't want to be on probation. You are not about that life. And I would just leave it like that. Smook Deville out. Make sure you like and subscribe, alright?